Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video, we'll be solving problem D in love with Codeforces round 905. But before starting that, just a brief intro about my Calendly account. So as many of you were requesting and reaching out to me about tips on interview preparation, how to solve particular type of problems, and also wanted to get your resume reviews. So for you guys, here's my Calendly link. I'll share this in description, and this is totally free, guys. So whoever wants to have one-on-one meeting with me, just schedule an appointment and let's connect them. Okay, now coming back to the question. So in the question, what we are given is it's already mentioning that it's an empty multi-set of segments. Okay, now we will have two processes, that is one plus lr and one is minus lr. Plus lr saying that, so let's consider something like this, that we will have one multi set, something like this. Whenever we'll have some numbers in the form of plus lr, that means there will be no comma. So that means we have to input this in this let's say we have some kind of multi-set of whatever container we have to insert into this. And if there is minus lr, that means we have to remove one lr. Let's say there were let's say if lr is, this query is something like this, minus 2 comma 3 or 2 3, and we have in our set 2 times 2 and 3, then we have to remove just one time 2 and 3, rest will be as it is. Okay, so I hope this will be clear. There will be only two operation, plus we'll be adding or inserting the 2 comma 3 or whatever the lr value we have into our multi-set. Else if it's minus, we will be removing it. Now what we have to answer, that for each query we'll have to answer that, does there exist a pair such that there is no intersection between them. No intersection between them, what I mean to say is, so if this is a number 1 and 2, or like let's say 1 and 4, and there is another pair 4 and 7, that means there is an intersection, like right, this 4, like, or another pair, let's say 3 and 5, again there is intersection because 3 lies here as well, 4 as here as well, and same 3 and 4 lies in this pair as well. So like but if I take something like this 5 and 7, that means these 1 and 4 and this pair 5 and 7 does not have any intersection, that does not have any common element, that means they don't intersect. So in the question we are asked to tell if by performing whatever the operation we are given, is there exists any pair which has no intersection. If yes, then we will print yes, else we'll print no. So how the problem was already solved at the point when the question mentioned it will be a multi-set. Okay, now let's say if we have different pairs 1 7, let's say 2 3 7 4, sorry, not 7 4, like 4 7, something like this. So let's say if I want to take two pair, let's say A and B and C and D. So out of all these pairs I wanted to pick two pairs. Like for our answer we'll have to take two pairs. So what I will try to do, if I'll find such a pair such that this C is maximum, this C is maximum, and this B is minimum, this B is minimum, right? That means obviously this A will be less than this B, and this D will be greater than the C. So if I'll find something that B is minimum and C is maximum, that then only, like, all the other pairs, they will have this values greater than equal to B. Or I would say, like, if this is the number line, this is A, or let me change the color. So let's say this is A and this is B, then all the other pair can either start from here and in at least at B or later, right? Or they can start anywhere but will end at least at B or this side. Similarly, if we will say that we want C to be maximum, right? Then what does that mean? That C will be the last starting position. C will be the last starting position, and this D can end over here. Maybe there can be some point here which can end like this way or here. But if we want, if we examine carefully, so what we will see, that if we keep our B minimum like till here and C maximum, then there is a highest possibility or highest chance, or like not probability or chance, but there is 100% guarantee that if there is any such intersection possible, it should be present in this pairs, like whatever the pair has B as its starting point and sorry, B as ending point and C as starting point. Else, if answer exists, this pair should be the answer, one of the probable answers. There may be another answers, right? Like let's say there was some pair like this. So this can also be the answer. But if there is any answer that exists, this will surely be one answer. Else, if we'll just see by contradictory, if B is here and we are saying that B is the least minimum R value. So for all L and R, we know that R is like the least minimum, B is here. And for all C, sorry, all L and R, C is here. Like the maximum C is here, we don't have any C. That means anyhow, we will have to consider at least minimum starting point over here. Maybe it can be here in other groups or here, but at least we'll have to pick a pair which is starting point is C, and any pair, the ending point will be either at this place or somewhere behind this. So in that scenario, we won't have any answer and we can simply return row. But if we want, that means if our B is minimum and C is maximum, that means they are most wide apart, which is possible in this set, and we can have an answer. So now there will be first base case. First base case will be like if say there is only less than one element, okay, or size of set is less than 1, that means we cannot have such pairs and we can simply return no. Now let's say if size is greater than 1, then what? So first of all, we'll have to have one multiset which is sorted on the first element basis. First element basis, that means let's say I'm saying 1 2, and there can be one more number 1 4, okay, and maybe 2 and 3, but 2 or 3 will lie here, and similarly so on. So in this scenario, whatever the value of the last pair, we can know that this will be the this L will be the maximum L, right? This L will be the maximum L because we know that this is sorted on the first element, right? Now similarly, in this we have stored pair in the form of L comma R, but if we store it in the form of R comma L and we are making a multiset, right? For just a quick intro about multiset is similar to set. It can have the same elements. So like in set we know that their elements will be unique, but in multiset we can have repeated elements. So like one can be repeated 2 comma 2 3 something. So we can repeat elements any number of times. Okay, so now in we'll have one multiset as, and we will be inserting element in the form of L comma R. We'll have another multiset, we'll be inserting elements in R comma L, and multiset will be sorted. Okay, so here we can see that for this only, like let's say if we have only these three, so the number we inserted will be like something like followings. So whatever the minimum R value, this is the minimum R value, so our first element will be 2 and 1, then second element will be 3 and 2, and third element will be 4 and 1, and similarly go on. So what we can see that the smallest or the minimum second value or the R value will be the first element. Now we can simply check if the last element of this multiset and first element of this multiset, if they are not overlapping, then yes, answer exists. Else answer won't exist because we already figured out that B, we have to take the minimum, or like, yeah, the B in taking the pairs, like already we have discussed now, like if pair is A and B and C and D, then we want B to be minimized and C to be maximized. Okay, I hope this will be clear. Let's move to the code section. So what we did, first of all, we made two multiset. Okay, multiset of pair to store the values. Now n, c, n is basically the queries. Okay, and okay, so we took the input. If we have to insert it, we simply inserted it. If we have to erase it, we simply erases it. And we can see that we are always inserting both in the form of L and R and R and L. Similarly, we are deleting the same way. Now, if the size is already less than equal to 1, then we know that there won't be any pair to check. But if the size is greater than 1, then first of all, we will check the minimum value of R, or the pair with the minimum value of R, that we can find out from the first element of mini multiset, and the maximum value. And we know that, let's say if there is a multiset or like any container, if there is any container and we point or we target dot end. Okay, so container dot end that gives the last or ending position. So the last element position will be end minus minus, or like whatever the iterator it is pointing to, it will just, we have to minus minus to point the last element because it will mark the end. So that's why we have just subtracted it or moved the iterator point before, then we check. Now we know that this pointer in IT, we will have the minimum element stored in the format of r comma l. So how it was stored, r comma l. So we'll have to check this r, or this, how we can say that, that for this iterator, like if we have iterator, this is mini multiset, right? So iterator it, first of all we'll have to take the value by pointing the asterisk sign, and then this first value, if it's less than whatever the max pointer we have, or the max multiset, maxi multiset end pointer, then we have to check that first value, because in max multiset we are already storing like l comma r. So we'll have to check this first element. So if this first element is less than pointer at end dot first, that means our answer exists, else our answer won't exist. Okay, let's try submitting this solution. I hope, let's, I mean, anyways, it's submitted and is a solution. I was having a bit of issue and I was getting a lot of runtime error while solving it during the contest. But yeah, after the contest, I was able to solve it. Okay, just a second. Okay, so you have submitted the exactly same code. So you'll go and you'll see that this problem was solved, already solved. You can try the solution. I have, yeah, this is the AC solution. Okay, so I'll paste the link in the solution. Let me know if you guys have any doubt in the comment section, and also don't forget to schedule an appointment to have a one-on meeting with me. Okay, thank you guys, see you in the next video.